My hometown had always been a picturesque coastal paradise, a place where the gentle lull of the ocean waves provided a sense of serenity and comfort. But that tranquility was shattered one fateful summer when a series of unexplainable events began to unfold, leaving us all in the grip of fear and uncertainty. It started innocently enough. Fishermen would return from their daily hauls with tales of strange occurrences at sea. They spoke of eerie whispers carried on the wind, voices that seemed to beckon them into the depths of the ocean. But it wasn't until the fish themselves began to deliver their cryptic messages that our town was thrust into a nightmare. One morning, as the tide washed ashore, a fisherman stumbled upon a peculiar sight, a fish, its scales etched with a message in an otherworldly script. The message was indecipherable, a series of intricate symbols that seemed to dance across the fish's silvery skin. News of the discovery spread like wildfire, and soon, more and more fish began to wash ashore, each bearing their own cryptic messages. Some were written in languages long forgotten, while others were written in symbols that defied all attempts at translation. The townspeople were gripped by a sense of dread as the messages continued to arrive. Whispers of curses and omens filled the air, and superstition took hold of our once thriving community. Some believed that the messages were a warning from the sea itself, a harbinger of impending doom. As the town's historian, I took it upon myself to unravel the mystery of the messages. I spent long hours poring over ancient texts and consulting with experts in the field of marine biology, hoping to find a rational explanation for the bizarre occurrences. But the more I delved into the research, the more I began to suspect that there was something truly unnatural at play. The symbols on the fish's scales seemed to defy all known languages, and their patterns hinted at a deeper, more sinister meaning. One evening, as I studied one of the fish's messages, I felt a chill run down my spine. The symbols on the fish's scales seemed to shift and rearrange themselves before my eyes, forming words that sent a shiver of fear through my soul. The message was clear: the tides will rise, and darkness will come. As I stared at the words, I couldn't shake the feeling that they held a terrible truth. The town had always been at the mercy of the sea, its fortunes and its fate tied to the ebb and flow of the tides. But now, it seemed that the sea itself had become a malevolent force, a harbinger of doom. As the days turned into weeks, the strange events in our town continued to escalate. The whispers on the wind grew louder, their words a chilling refrain that seemed to echo through the streets. Shadows danced in the moonlight, and eerie lights flickered on the horizon, drawing our gaze out to sea. People began to report sightings of bizarre creatures lurking in the depths of the ocean, monstrous shapes with unblinking eyes that seemed to watch our every move. It was as if the sea itself had come alive, a writhing, malevolent force that sought to claim our town as its own. Desperation drove some to take drastic measures, as they turned to superstition and the occult in search of answers. They lit bonfires on the shore, hoping to ward off the darkness that threatened to consume us. But the flames seemed feeble in the face of the looming abyss, and the whispers on the wind grew ever more insistent. As the tension in the town reached its breaking point, a group of brave fishermen decided to venture out into the ocean to confront the source of our torment. Armed with harpoons and nets, they set out on their boats, determined to uncover the truth behind the eerie messages and the malevolent force that had taken hold of our town. But the sea was not ready to yield its secrets, and as the fishermen sailed further from shore, a storm unlike any we had ever seen descended upon them. The sky darkened, and the waves rose to towering heights, threatening to swallow the small vessels whole. The townspeople watched in horror as the boats were tossed about like toys, their crews disappearing beneath the churning waves. It was a scene of utter devastation, a grim reminder of the sea's unforgiving power. As the storm subsided and the battered boats washed ashore, the fishermen were nowhere to be found. The town was plunged into mourning, its sense of loss and despair palpable. It was as if the sea itself had claimed its vengeance, punishing us for our hubris in seeking to defy its will. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the messages on the fish's scales continued to arrive, each one bearing a sinister warning. The whispers on the wind grew louder, their voices filled with malevolence and rage. It seemed that our town was now irreversibly bound to the sea, a cursed and forsaken place. I knew that I had to uncover the truth, to confront the source of our town's torment before it was too late. With the help of other determined individuals, I delved deeper into the mysteries of the sea, seeking answers in ancient legends and folklore. It was then that I stumbled upon a tale of an ancient sea deity, a malevolent force that demanded tribute in the form of human souls. The deity was said to send messages to those it sought to claim, messages that were etched onto the scales of fish and carried to the surface. With a sinking feeling, I realized that our town had unwittingly awakened this ancient force, and that it hungered for our souls. The only way to appease the deity and break the curse was to offer a sacrifice, one that would return the lost fisherman to the sea, and in doing so, release our town from the malevolent force that had taken hold. With heavy hearts, we gathered on the shore, offering our prayers and our hopes to the unforgiving sea. We cast a symbolic offering into the depths, a tribute to the lost fisherman and a plea for forgiveness. As we watched, the sea seemed to come alive, its waves rising and falling in a rhythmic dance. And then, in a moment of eerie stillness, the lost fishermen emerged from the depths, their forms shimmering like ghosts. They walked towards us, their faces pale and their eyes empty, as if they had been forever changed by their ordeal. But they were whole, and they were returned to us. As the fishermen rejoined our town, the whispers on the wind grew fainter, their voices fading into silence. The malevolent force that had plagued us for so long was gone, and the sea returned to its calm, serene state. But the memory of those dark days still lingers, a haunting reminder of the power and capriciousness of the ocean. Our town may have survived the ordeal, but the scars of that summer will forever be etched into our souls, a testament to the enduring mysteries of the sea and the darkness that can lie hidden beneath its surface.